camera on. Good day, good day, good day. I was about to say good morning, but it's not good morning anymore. It is afternoon, and it is, let me check. I need to check this before we do. October 3rd. We got last quarter of 2022. Question is, where are you in your sales? Where are you in your business? Come on, guys. This is a question for yourself. Where are you in your business and where are you in your sales? One of the things that I've learned to understand is that a lot of people have a dream, they have a passion, they want to leave a legacy, and so they decide to start a business. That may be you. And then next thing you know, what happens is that we have that passion and that determination to succeed. And then there comes, how do I sell this product or service? And one of the biggest problems that I see with business owners, entrepreneurs, network marketers, affiliate marketers, wherever you are at in your business, coaches, consultants, big time. And the problem has always been, how do I sell if we do outbound marketing, inbound marketing? Remember, there's two different areas. There's a sales part, and then there's a marketing strategy. What does your sales look like, and what does your marketing look like? They're not the same. It is not the same, guys. It is not the same. It's two different completely worlds. What comes first, the marketing or the sales? Well, I can tell you that you can't have a marketing strategy if you don't know what you're selling. So the first comes the sales. Sales over anything. Now, here's we go what we're about to talk about. Most people in your business, most people in your industry, within your niche, your competitors, the one problem that everybody has is, and think about this, 80% of businesses fail within the first 2 years. Why is that? Is it because that product doesn't sell? How come I can grab a person that does network marketing and they're so successful at doing that, but I have the same person selling the same, I'm sorry, a different person selling the same product and they suck at it? It's really because they don't know what sales is. They don't know that people don't want to be called a salesperson. And then the reality is that most of us don't even know what sales is. So I wanted to share with you one of the trainings that really spoke to me. As you guys know, I've been doing a lot of self certification. Why? Because every time we think we know something, we don't know that much, right? It's always about growing, developing, training, and then bringing it out to the market. And who can you help, right? When you're selling, you're really solving a solution to somebody, right? Whatever the solution is, that's whatever the product or your service is, right? Um, I own a digital marketing agency, so I have two different areas, which one is the marketing automation, right? For sales and marketing, right? But I realized that it's not enough to give them a marketing automation platform, because the problem is they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to manage it. They don't know how to do. So I've seen the success of the coaches that I would be helping them develop their sales processes and then their marketing strategies. Sales process, so each one, both of them have. So we're going to be talking about a lot about this and how do you connect. For example, today is Monday, so we're going to talk about nothing but sales. So if you're good at sales, if you're a master in sales, you don't need this. This is not for you. This is for myself. I'm doing it to actually get myself out there and to actually get uncomfortable and saying, hey, I need to talk more about this, because I realize that the more I talk about it, the better I get at it, right? It's kind of like the more you go to the gym, right? The more it becomes natural, right? So it's the same thing. And I've been in sales since I was 8 years old, 8 years old. And since I was 18 years old, I remember I've always worked in restaurants. I always like communicating with people. I love sales. I think in after, I don't remember if it was 1989 or something like that, I went to work for a company where I was doing uh, outdoor sales. So I was doing outdoor sales, and I love just going out there and just closing people. But but the reason why went to get certified is because today is not the same as it was yesterday, right? So how can you better yourself? And I think that's one of the biggest struggles that people have. They don't want to pay for that success. They want it. They don't. They want a free journey to success, and that's never gonna happen. Sorry to bust your bubble, but that's the way it works. So I'm gonna share with you this video that I think it could open up your mind. I hope it does the same thing to you as it did to me. Understanding that sales is a way of life. Sales is a part of life. Sales is a part of life. Whether you're selling or even, and you're hearing this video, let me just go ahead and play it for you, right? And I hope you guys really see the big aha moment that I've seen. So that way you guys can have the same success that I want to have. I know we all want that success and in our business, right? So here we go, guys. I'm going to share with you this video. It's a 5-minute video of sales, and actually it was part of my certification, and it says selling is a way of life. Guys, ready? So let me mute this here so that way you guys can focus directly on this. I hope you guys can hear me. If you can hear me, let me know. If you can't, let me know too, please. All right, so here we go. Please listen to this.
A selling is a prerequisite for all the success you're going to create in your life, no matter what you do. Regardless of your career, selling is for you. Okay, selling impacts every you selling yourself and others on those things you want to go do in life. Look, in life, you need to know how to negotiate. You're going to buy a house one day. You're going to sell a house. You're going to get a job. You're going to commit to a bonus program or get a salary. You have to know how to negotiate. You have to know how to get another person's agreement on some point at some place in your life. The ability to get others to like you is selling. The ability to get others to work with you, support you, is selling. The ability to get people to want to please you and make you feel good and do things for you is selling. See, selling is unavoidable. It determines how well you survive. Selling is not a job, like most people think. Oh, I don't want to be a salesperson. Look, selling is a way of life. See, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary says that selling is the action of persuading or influencing another to some course of action.
I think this is the biggest problem that we have today in the industry, in any industry, in sales. When you talk about sales, people say, yeah, I want to do this, but I don't want to be a salesperson. And I don't know if you guys ever heard that one before, but everybody always does that. He's kind of like, I don't want to be known as a salesperson. Well, like he says, and it's true, sales is actually a way of life. We're selling ourselves to people, whether you're selling a product or services, or actually what it says here is the action of persuading or influencing another to some course of action to take acceptance of something. It doesn't have to be a product or service. It can be for them to believe in something about you, right? Whether you're a wellness coach, what does a wellness coach do, right? They're selling themselves to come here. Let me help you. Let me help you because I know what I know if I have this, I know how to coach you on getting that success you want from weight loss, right? So what is it that person really wants is actually when you're talking about selling, we're talking about um, they say that the sales is really what you're doing is actually a problem solver. Every time you sell something, you're solving a problem. So the problem is that here's the question: is that when we think about sales, most people think about sales, but they think of it negative, right? It's like, oh man, I gotta ask for money and so forth. No, you're actually helping them solve a problem that they have with a solution that you can give them. So your solution is really what you're doing to empower them, right? You have a solution, whether you're a wellness coach, a business coach, a consultant, anywhere in industry where whether you're selling alarm systems or solar or HVAC, whatever it is, it's all right. So when people are buying from you, that you're actually solving the problem for them. Now here's the thing, because the problem with people is like, the reason why they stop is because they don't believe enough in their product or services. If you don't believe in your product and services first, like for example, digital marketing, I do automation, I do digital marketing, so forth. If I didn't believe in myself enough to do that, would I be able to sell it? Heck no. As a matter of fact, I had to actually go and learn all this stuff first before I was able to execute and to actually provide that service. Why did I want to sell automation and marketing services? So I can make money or leave a legacy or actually solve a problem. I think if we look at it the right way, in the way it should be, is when we're selling, we're actually providing a service and we're solving a problem. So if you're not selling your product and services and you're sitting on them, you're doing the economy a disservice. So another thing that we gotta think about. Let's finish listening to this video, and then I got a couple more things for you guys.
Or to the acceptance of something. I want to read that again. Okay, selling is an action of persuading. You ever done that before? You were selling. You tried to convince your school teacher to give you a better grade. You were selling, right? You tried to convince your kids to get to school on time so they could get a good grade. That's selling, the action of persuading or influencing someone else, another, to a course of action or to some acceptance of something. I'm trying to convince you to vote on somebody. I'm selling. See, who does this not impact? When I say selling in this video, I'm talking about anything that has to do with convincing, persuading, negotiating, debating, getting your way. This could include debating. It could include arguing. It could include getting along with someone else. It could include, resolving an argument. Exchanging goods and services is obviously selling. I convinced my wife to go out with me when she didn't want to. That's selling. I'm buying a home or selling a home. That's all about selling. Oh, Grant, I'm buying a home today. Well, you have to sell somebody on the price you're going to pay. You have to sell the bank on giving you a loan. See, closing the bank to give you a loan is actually selling. It's not just getting a loan. Starting your own business is selling. You're going to need to sell the bank on some financing, some funding. You're going to have to get a lease for the property. All that is convincing someone to do something, persuading others to support your ideas. Getting a customer to buy a product from you is what most people know as selling. It is said that the number one reason a business fails, this is the big schools, the big heavy dollar, high dollar, rich people schools. The number one reason a business fails is because they're undercapitalized. I don't believe this to be true. I believe the number one reason a business fails is first and foremost because their ideas, the company's ideas, were not sold quickly enough in quantities great.
Boom. So here we go, guys. The way I see that is this. Makes so much sense. Oh, most businesses fail because they ran out of money. Well, how do you solve that problem? If you have such a great product and service and you're not able to get it out in the market fast enough, then you probably will eventually flop, what we call done with, right? And so the solution for that is sell more. If you have a problem with your marketing and sales, and your reason is, I don't have enough sales, what's the solution for that? Why aren't you selling enough? If you're not selling enough, that means there's something wrong. There's something wrong there. It's either three things. It's either you don't know how to sell your own product, you don't have processes and systems in place to be able to sell, because a sell doesn't happen just come, boom, and go. Now, yes, it happens when somebody goes, for example, Burger King, they go to McDonald's or whatever, they know exactly what they're going for. They're going somewhere. And I promise you one thing, they're going to upsell you, because you guys know the McDonald's strategy, 99-cent burgers. You never go into McDonald's and buy a 99-cent burger, right? You just don't do that. Why? When you get in it, would you like some fries with that? Would you like a shake with that? Would you like a upside sale or upgraded or whatever they call it? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't really go to McDonald's, but that is it's the processes and systems that they have in place. So you also have to be very aware of what does your sales process look like. Okay, so what he's saying is exactly this. It's like most businesses don't fail because they ran out of capital. It's because they're not selling, they're not putting the products in the market fast enough. So one of sometimes with, and I see this with the coaching industry a lot, one person at a time, or they're blasting a whole bunch of list of emails, but they're never picking up the phone and connecting with these people. People still buy from people until today, even though you're using digital marketing in some sense, right? Digital marketing, automation, and all that. The power of artificial intelligence to book appointments and so forth. We'll be talking about that in the marketing section, which is going to be Wednesday. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about automation Tuesdays, right? So at 1 o'clock, we have some clients that need help and everything with the automation platforms and so forth. We're going to do that. But I also did one on Saturday about the sales, the sales booking funnel. So there's a process about everything. Most of the thing is that, I do understand that you can't be everything, right? You can't be the CEO, CFO, right, IT, and everything else. So when we're just starting off, we're like, I'm going to start my own business, and you're going to start your own business. But then what happens is, like, they don't know where to start. They have no coaching ever of owning a business. That's why we love business coaches. But even the business coaches, what is the problem with the business coaches and consultants? They can't sell. They can't sell because their vision and passion is coaching, not selling and marketing. So most of them, what happens to a lot of coaches and consultants is, did you guys know that the average coach and consultant is making $35,000 to $45,000 a year? What does that tell you? Is that they're great coaches, but most people, when they're starting their business, they can't afford a coach. You cannot afford not to have one. I think my business started growing and developing when I started spending money, right? And if you're not spending money in your marketing and sales, then how can we expect our clients to do that? We'll talk about that later in another training. But let's finish up this video.
Great enough and at prices high enough, and the company ran out of money. So when Harvard says the number one reason a business fails is because they're undercapitalized, I'm saying no. The number one reason a business or an individual or a management team or the CEO, the number one reason a household fails is the inability to sell products in quantities great enough and at prices high enough. It's the inability to move your products into the marketplace or your ideas or your services. Look, the guy that created Velcro, okay, sold the world on something it was not asking for. He came up with this brilliant idea, presented it to the world, and the world made him rich. Why? Because he sold the idea. Many of you have ideas every day. The ability to sell those ideas will determine your survival. No business owner can.
The ability to sell that idea will dictate how successful you are.
Build a business without understanding the critical element called selling. Think of any action in life, any action, and I assure you there's someone at one end or the other selling something. Learn everything you can about selling. Your life, your dreams, your future depends on one thing: the ability to sell. Selling is essential to the survival and well-being of every living individual on this planet. It involves you.
All right, guys. So let me stop sharing that. I hope that really spoke to you as it did to me. I was like, that makes so much sense, right? It makes so much sense. So here's 3 questions for you, right? So one of the questions is, again, this is all part of my training, and I wanted to share it with you guys, so that way you guys can have. Don't worry about it. I already paid $25,000 to get all this content and be able to use it. so you guys don't have to, right? So that way, let me be that person that will give you the knowledge and understanding to be able to do and take your business to that next level. So let's ask a couple of different questions. True or false? Selling impacts every person on this planet. Selling impacts every person on this planet. Absolutely, 100% yes. You are selling yourself every day to somebody, whether even they're buying from you. There's a book that he wrote that's called Sell or Be Sold. You're either selling yourself or you're being sold to. One of the two. Which one are you? It's all on you. Sell or be sold. That's on you, right? So, uh, sales does impact everybody, every person in this planet. Okay. Now, here's the next question. It's said that businesses fail because they are undercapitalized. But the truth is because of what? Let's share the screen. I'm going to share the screen so that way you guys can see. I'll show you guys so that way we can actually take this test together. Okay. It is said that businesses fail because they are undercapitalized. But the truth is, but it's because what? The owner's always on vacation. Come on. We should be able to go on vacation and still make money. The idea wasn't sold so quickly enough and the company ran out of money. The idea wasn't sold quick enough. This is the biggest problem with today with people today in business. I see it all the time. They start a business, they got an LLC, they bought this domain, and then they built this website. Nobody's oh man, I took too long, guys. Oh wait, it's okay. I had already passed this anyways. The action of persuading the action of persuading or influencing another to a course of action or to acceptance of something is the definition of what? We all know what it is. It's selling. Okay, guys. So I hope you guys found some value on this, because one of the things that I see a lot is people, when they do get a coaching business consultant, not everybody wants to be a coach and a consultant today, right? Which I agree with, such a powerful industry, because it said that education is the new what did he say? This was Tony Robbins that said that education is the new currency. Education is the new currency. Education is the new currency, meaning that you can become so knowledgeable or something and be able to teach other people to do that or in that area. That is now a coaching and a consultant. Do you need a certification for it? We'll talk about that in another one. Let me stay focused on the sales. Okay. So, what does your sales process look like if you are looking for that? If you don't have the right sales process, guys, it's going to happen exactly what he was just talking about, that eventually you're going to quit or you're going to blame it on the economy. We're going to blame it on the economy, or we're going to blame it on the product. That product doesn't work. It doesn't sell. Sure. How come it's working for everybody else? So sometimes we need to stop pointing the finger and say, what is it that I need to do better? And that is the number one problem that I see today in businesses, is they don't have the right sales processes and systems in place. Why? We're going to talk about that. And I don't know if we'll have time today. It's 1:24. I'm going to run this until 1:30, and then but I'm going to show you guys this one real quick, so that way you guys can see. Oops, sorry about that. Let me show you exactly, guys, what we're going to be talking about next week. So if you want to join, make sure you join next week. Here we go. Here's what the model looks like, right? So what I'm going to be talking about here is going to be about this, right? The engagement model, acquisition and retention. Okay. Find me. Okay. So you have the find me area. This is part of marketing strategy, but in the middle, when you discover me, close me, right? People think closing, I'm going to close that person. Is that supposed to be like something bad? What you're saying, if you're able to convince that person to believe in you, you're actually serving that person, because you're not just selling the product and you're running away, right? You're disappearing, you're leaving them with everything in there. No, we're still here. Like I'm always trying to figure out how can I help these clients that I currently have and the ones that are coming in. Well, how do I become better? How do I deserve more? Right? How do we do these things? Right? So we're gonna be going through this on Wednesday for the marketing strategies, and then we're gonna connect the marketing strategies, the automation, and the sales process together. Are you guys down with that? Hope you guys are. Free content, free training. I'm actually implementing all this stuff for myself. And this is actually part of the sales execution workshop. Sales execution workshop is actually a big 3 day training that Grant Cardone does on sales. It's called the sales execution workshop. I'm going to be doing one real soon. I'm going to send you guys an invite so that way you guys can come on board. And I'm telling you that one thing is talking about sales and another thing is talking about execution. Most people can think about it, talk about it, be about it, but they're not executing, and then they wonder what's happening. The problem is that knowledge without action is useless, right? Um, and it's sometimes I was in a training not too long ago, around 3 months ago, that she said, I remember she was talking about getting out of our own head. We think we know it all. We think we know it all. And if you're that person, you don't have to feel wrong about that because that's actually a lot of us. We think we know it all. But be humble in ourselves to go get client, to go get trainings, to go pay for what I paid for, $25,000 to be able to give you guys, you know, we're paying for speed, right? Because I didn't want to take another 6 months to put all this stuff together. Not only that, but I know that this guy has been around for a very long time. So I wanted to share with you guys all the stuff that I'm learning, that I'm developing, so that way you guys can do exactly the same thing. Okay. Um, what I'm gonna do now is give you guys an ebook. I'm gonna give you guys a free book so that way you guys can see exactly what is it that we're gonna be talking about in sales, right? Uh, it's called the 20 rules of closing a deal. 20 rules of closing a deal, and then we're gonna do a workshop on closing more deals. So we're gonna be doing a lot of training. Why am I doing it? I'm really doing it more for me, more for me, because I think that again, the better I get at it, the more I become an expert at it, the better I can serve, and the more income and uh, more than income, the more you're able to serve other people, right? How can we help if you see a struggling business? Like if you see somebody walking down the street, right? And it's an old lady, she's walking down the street, and you see that she can barely walk and she's carrying some things. I don't know about you guys, but I've done it a couple of times. I just, hey, how can I help you? Right. And you carry those stuff with her. But if you don't have it, you can give something we don't have. So if you don't have the sales training on that, that may be something you want to go after. So my advice is go get some sales training. You don't have to do it from me. I am doing sales coaching now, but you don't have to do it from me. But you do want to get it done. Okay. I just came from a 2 day certification training in Miami. It was amazing. I've learned so much. It's just every time I get the value, and I think that's what it's about. Are we giving people enough value to believe in our product and services to say, man, that person, not only does he have an automation platform, not only is he always trying to figure out how to do things better, but at the end of the day, is he serving us more? I'm not getting paid to be in here and giving you guys all this content that I'm learning, that I'm implementing for myself. I'm not. But I think the reason why I do this is because I want all of us to actually have that aha moment to say, what is it that I got to do to become successful? If you have a problem with finances, let me tell you what your solution is. Learn to sell. That will get you out of that problem that you're having financially. If you want to have a great vacation, let's say for December, go to work and you'll see, and then save that money. Says, I got to make 2 extra sales to have an amazing vacation. Example. Well, go make those sales. Don't think about, oh my God, what do I got to do that? You have a product, you have a services. Go sell more. The problem is you don't know how to sell. That's why you need training. So here we go, guys. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna put the link on here, right? And that way you guys can have it as well. But you can always go to here. Where is my chat? Let me app in the chat right here. I'm gonna put it right here. It's actually all right. I just sent it. 20 rules 20, it's called the 20 critical rules you need to close your biggest deals without wasting time on tire kickers. Okay, this book will show you the number one thing that kills the ability to close, how to turn lookers into buyers, and top three ways to double your closing ratio. That one thing, just by you knowing how to sell, is one thing, and another thing is learning how to close that person. Sales and closing. Can you close? And most people tell me, oh yeah, I can close. Let's do role play. So I'm looking to really invite some coaches that I know here, and we're gonna do some role playing on them if they allow me to help them and coach them through the process of uh, not only selling, presenting, right? So there's different areas, right? In the sales cycle, right? There is a getting that lead, right? And then going to what we call the uh, fact finding. Fact finding is huge, and then you go to the demo and then close, right? So, and there's five different stages that we're going to be talking about today. I just wanted to get you guys to understand how critical you are right now. You, whether you're watching or not, uh if you're watching this later, you're gonna say, damn, unfortunately he's right. If you're honest with yourself, you can know that we're right. Okay, you know that we are right. You know that I'm right saying that you need to learn how to sell and close more, not a better product, a better service. You don't need to change to another provider. That provider is good. I've never ever. There's so many. You know how many different marketing agencies are out there? And if one doesn't work, then when I had talked to somebody, says, "So have you had a marketing agency before?" They say yes. I'm like, okay, tell me about it. What does that have to anything to do with it? A lot, because the way that you manage that you did business with that person tells me a lot about your business. So I don't want to make the same mistake, right? So again, fact finding. What is it that what kind of information they had from that company? What failed? Most agencies today have kids of about early 20s teaching you how to sell, teaching you how to run a business. Ouch, man! I took me how many years, and I'm still in that process. And you're gonna come and tell me you're gonna teach me how to sell? Well, that doesn't work like that, guys. It's 1:33. I wanted to do 30 minutes because the next ones we're going to do is going to be 1 hour starting next week. So here's the ebook: 20 critical rules you need to know. 20 rules of closing a deal. You need to learn how to close the deal. Okay, hope this served you guys. Anything that I can ever help you with, I'm always available. Find me at book.10x-advantage.com, and you can book a call with us. I'll actually put it in the chat too. Actually, if you download the guide, it will ask you if you want to do a free sales coaching session, so you can see exactly what I can do with your business. Uh, that's it for me. That's it for now. That's it for Monday. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Let me tell you that success is our responsibility to the community where you are at. Success and prosperity, it's our responsibility, not the government, not your tia and your tío. It is ours. So let's take a hold of that and take your business to that next level. We'll see you guys tomorrow, Tuesday, 1 p.m. We're going to be talking about marketing automation. How do we automate the sales part? You can automate it into the point where you got to go in front of them and close them. Okay. Now, if you're doing a product that's under $10, $12 or whatever, yeah, you can do that. We'll talk about that too, but we're talking about high ticket closing. Okay. So this is where it's at. We'll leave it for that for today. Tomorrow we'll see you guys at 1 p.m. on the marketing automation. Jump on board, and we'll see you guys later. Have an amazing rest of the day.